Dear friends, today we will talk about the number system. Here, let us understand how we can perform addition and subtraction in different number systems. Okay, so for that, let us first start with the different types of number systems that what we have. So in practice, we have binary number system. We can have, say, octal system. We can have decimal system. And then we can have the hexadecimal system. So these are the four different types of number system that we encounter when we talk about the number system. Now let us go in detail one by one what is this different number systems are. And here we will be talking more generalized way of addressing the concepts of addition and subtraction. So when we talk about this binary system, let us say the binary system. Say in binary system, the base value R is given as 2. So in a binary system, it's a base 2 system also we call, and the base number is going to be 2 here. And the numbers which comes in binary system are, okay, so either you can have a 0 or a 1. These are the two numbers which will fall in binary number system. All the numbers which we represent in binary are consisting of either zeros or ones. Okay, so now let us see the addition of numbers in binary system, how we will do it. So first let us take addition of numbers in binary system. So when I take some numbers here, I'll just choose some numbers 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0 dot 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1 dot 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0 dot 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 dot 1. So let us see, I have four binary numbers here. So let us see how we can add these numbers. So to get the sum here, the procedure that what we follow is, it's very simple. Say 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1. The sum is 3 here. The total sum of this complete, the last column numbers is going to be 3. So we have to compare this number 3 with the base 2 system. So here the R value is equal to 2. So since the sum of this first column is greater than 2, so we have to divide that by 2. So 2 1 times it will go with a remainder of 1. So this is a quotient and this is a remainder. So here the quotient will be used as a carry forward to the next stage, and the remainder value will come as a sum. Now next let us add 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1. The total sum is again 3. So once again, if I look into that, 3 is greater than 2. So obviously I'll divide it by 2. So we will get quotient as 1, remainder as 1. So once again, I'll write 1 as a remainder here, and then the quotient 1 will be carried forwarded as a carry. So it is 1 plus 1, it is 2, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0. It's again the sum is 3. So once again I'll divide this 3 by 2. So I'll get the quotient as 1, remainder as 1. Remainder I'll write here, the quotient will be carried forward. So now if you just observe, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1. The total sum here it is 4. 4 is a number which is greater than 2. So divide that 4 by 2. So you will get 2 times and a remainder 0. Quotient is 2, remainder is 0. That 0 remainder I'll just write in the sum position, and the quotient 2 I'll be passing it as a carry. Now 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0, the sum is going to be 4. 4 is greater than 2. I'll divide that 4 by 2. I'll get 2 as a quotient, 0 as a remainder. So I'll put 0 as a remainder, 2 as a quotient. Now 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1. Once again the sum is going to be 4, and again I'll divide that 4 by 2. I'll get a 2 as a quotient, 0 as a remainder. That 0 remainder I'll put here. The 2 quotient I'll pass it as a carry. Now 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. The total sum is going to be 5. So 5 is a larger number compared to 2. So 2 times it will go with a remainder 1. So I'll just write here the remainder is 1 and the quotient is 2. Now observe here. So here there is no digit here. So what is that? So it's all zeros, right? So 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. So the sum is going to be 2. So since 2 is equal to 2, we have to divide the number by 2. So you will get 2 1 times as a quotient and remainder is 0. I will enter the 0 remainder here and I'll pass that quotient here. So now once again, if you just observe, in this location there are no digits. So obviously 1 with all zeros, it's going to be 1. So that 1 is lesser compared to 2. So I'll write it as it is, right? So this is the sum of all the 4 numbers that what I have taken for addition. So this is the sum in binary system. Okay, so now let us see. I'll take a decimal system as another example and we will try to generalize it. So now when I go to decimal system now, in decimal system what we have, the R value is equal to 10. Here the R value is equal to 10, and if I take some numbers, let me just take some numbers. 5843.5, 7936.4, 8632.7, 4389.4. So these are the 4 numbers that I'm taking. You can take as many numbers that you want. So I'm just taking here 4 numbers. Let us try to add these 4 numbers here. When I'll add this, how I'll start? So I'll start at the last column, that is 5 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4. So the total sum is going to be 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 7. So it is a 16, 16 plus 4, it is a 20. So now I got a 20 here. The sum is 20. What I need to do, I have to compare with the R value of the number system. It is 10. So 20 is greater than 10. So you have to divide that number by 10. So when you do that, 10 1 times it will go with a, 10 2 times it will go with a remainder 0. So this is a quotient and this is a remainder. So now what I do here, the remainder I'll enter here and the quotient will be going as a carry. So now 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 6 11, 11 plus 2 it is 13, 13 plus 9 it is 22. 22 is greater than 10, so divide it by 10. 10 2 times it will go with a remainder 2. So now that remainder I'll write here and the quotient I'm passing it here. So 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 3 it is 12, 12 plus 8 it is 20, 20 is greater than 10 divided by 10. Already we did it, I'm just referring to that itself. So 10 2 times it will go with a remainder of 0. So I can write that remainder here 0 and the quotient as 2. So 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 9 19, 19 plus 6 it is 25, 25 plus 3 it is 28. So 28 8 is greater than 10 divided by 10. 10 2 times it will go with a remainder of 8. So I'll get 8 here and the quotient will be 2 here. Next, 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 7 it is 14. 14 plus 8. 14 plus 8 it is 22. So 22 plus 4, 26. 26 is once again greater than 10. So divide it by 10. So you will get a 10 2 times. 6 is a remainder. So 6 remainder here, then 2 will be the quotient. It will go as a carry. So now you see here in this position there is no digit here. So 2 plus all zeros, it's going to be 2. And 2 is lesser than 10. Whenever you encounter the sum as lesser than the base system value, that is 10 here, so then you can straight away write as it is. That number you can write it. So since 2 is less than 10, you can write the 2 here. So this is the sum of the 4 numbers that what I have taken in the decimal system. I hope this will clarify all your doubts how we can perform addition in different number system. The same rule holds good for the hexadecimal and the octal system also. Okay, in next lecture I'll be taking some octal and hexadecimal numbers, and then we will see how the addition can be performed there. But there only the division, what we have to do is you have to divide it by 16 if it is hexadecimal numbers. You have to divide it by 8 if it is octal numbers. You have to check for whether the number is greater than or equal to 8 in octal, and in hexadecimal you have to check the sum whether the number is greater than or equal to 16. Then we can do accordingly, you can get the results. It's a more generalized way of adding any number in any number system. Okay, thank you for watching, and if you are not subscribed for my channel, you can subscribe to this channel for more videos. And shortly I'll be creating lots of videos on the digital electronics part. Thank you. Thanks for watching.